Hello and welcome to the next week of the Random Battle Team Tournament. Today, in week 5 it should be, we will play against Michiellus. Very strong player. I think he won the Grand Slam as well, as far as I know. So this is going to be a tough one. I will open the calc and then I will start right into it. I really want to win. We are playing very early, just woke up. But that's not a problem for me because I will win. Boom! Have fun. Okay, so we have the matchup Galvantula against Magnezone, which isn't great, but we could set up a sticky web. It's Generation 6, just as last week, you know the drill. The recording works just fine, right? Yeah, perfect. So last week, unfortunately, my team has lost, so we are currently 2 wins, 1 tie and 1 loss, which is still a good position to be in, and we are currently in the lead with 1-0 as far as I know, so I can increase that lead. That would be dope. And we've got Choice Bags Empoleon, Choice Scuff Delphox, Mega Metagross, Seeking, and Subtect Gliscor. Magnezone, do I just set up the sticky web? If he has a Magic Bounce user in the back, does he switch into it? Like all the Magic Bounce users that come into my mind, like Zatu, Espeon, do I really want to switch into Galvantula? And is that even an issue if I set up the sticky web? Because then I still got Clear Body on Metagross, Gliscor is unaffected, so I will still just set up the sticky web. Okay, he goes for Thunderbolt. This is specs. This is so specs. This is confirmed specs, right? Yep. So I will just go to Gliscor, set up a substitute. Okay, good switch, but I can just poison the Executor. I could also sub first, honestly. Because maybe he won't switch back to Magnezone. So going for Toxic here is really nice. We should survive every move. He definitely has a Clefable. Ah, man. Like, this is probably the worst Pokemon that could have happened, but I can just switch to Seeking. Like, Seeking cannot get paralyzed by Thunder Wave, and Empoleon is also not bad. He probably sets up the rocks if he has them. Okay, he goes for Moonblast. That's Life Orb. No drop, I will go for Hydro Pump. Because I don't want to get trapped by Magnepool Magnezone. He goes to Walrein. Walrein does not really touch me. I do not really touch the Walrein. So I will just keep Hydro Pumping. He probably clicks Surf. Okay, he goes for Ice Beam. Ice Beam is scary. You know why. But I will just keep Hydro Pumping. He has Protect, but I don't intend to switch out yet. The problem is if I lose too many Hydro Pump PP, I cannot hit Magnezone anymore. So that's why I will switch now. Do I want... Nah, I will just... Yeah, I assumed that he would stay one more turn, and now on the Protect, I can go to Metagross and go for Mega Meteor Mash. Nice. I could also set up a Hone Clause. Like, why should I not set up a Hone Clause? Oh, something popped up. Yeah, let's set up a Hone Clause. Okay, he has Sleep Powder on the Executor, but I can still get a 1-turn Wake Up. Do I... Like, I don't have a Sleep Immunity, so I will just click Meteor Mash. Attack Boost. Unfortunate. Okay. I could Fish Wise and Headbutt Flinch, but I will just keep Meteor Mashing. Oh, where's the Attack Boost? Do we just win? This is so lucky. I do not deny that this ain't lucky. Like, dodge... Attack boost, dodge, and now another attack boost, and the game ends. I let's see if he has something against this +2 Metagross. Magnezone cannot have Sturdy. Earthquake always KOs it. Like, Executor dies, Clefable dies, Walrein dies, Magnezone dies. None of them outspeed Metagross. Heavy Duty Boots didn't exist yet, so if he wants something to outspeed the Metagross, it's gotta be either a very fast Choice Scarf user or a flying type, but most flying types cannot hit Metagross. Attack Boost? I'm not greedy at all. I just Earthquake this. This shows me that he probably cannot be the Metagross anymore. I would say my matchup was bad, but I bailed by dodging 2 sleep powders in a row. Yeah, there's the War Rain. I could predict a protect. Yeah, I could predict it, but he needs like 7 protects to get out of the range, I think. So there's no need. Like, if I predict that and he goes for Ice Beam, freezes me, that would be terrible. There's the Blaziken, I can just then headbutt the Blaziken. I could have also Earthquake. Like, this is not a fair game. I just Meteor Mash with Mewtwo. What should I say? And another attack boost. Like, I would say GG. I always say GG, you know that. But, like, it was not a fun game at all. He played for his out and got punished badly. Like, dodging 2 sleep powers in a row is a chance of 1 in 16. So it's not super unlikely. So it's like 6%, right? 6.25% it should be. So it's not incredibly unlikely, but still super unlucky for him. Now we've got Jolteon against Ariados. We've got Lapras, Rockyan mit Alomomola. If this Ariados sets up Toxic Spikes, like, I'm fine with Sticky Web, honestly, but if this sets up Toxic Spikes, I'm mad. I could Volt Switch to Watchok, or I just T-Bolt, but then he knows I'm locked into T-Bolt, and Volt Switch into Return always KOs. So I will Volt Switch to Watchok. Yeah, he stays. He sets up a Hazard. Sticky Web, Sticky Web, Sticky Web, Sticky Web, Sticky Web. Okay. Still not amazing. Since I have fast Pokemon in Manectric, Jolteon, and Watchok, but I take that way more than T-Spikes, because that Alomomola and the Lapras are so good in random battles. Having T-Spikes up would just be really bad for those. He could switch. I could go for Hypnosis, but I don't want to, because he could just stay as well. Go for could be Insomnia. Go for Megahorn. So yeah, that's why I'm just clicking Return instead of Hypnosis. Knockoff does not KO, and Sword Stance is also not the best play, because Megahorn does 60%, and then with Life Orb I would be in range of pretty much everything. And if he decides to switch now, maybe he switches to something that's slower, and then I could put it to sleep with Hypnosis, right? Also, there are no great switch-ins for Watchok, because it has the ability Analytic. And Analytic, Life Orb boosted, 85 attack base is also not terrible. So, yeah, level 94 as well. That's why its attack is sometimes higher than Pokemon with more attack. And we get rid of Ariados. The critical hit did not matter. We see Simisage. Does Simisage KO me with Focus Blast? Life Orb, Focus Blast. Does it get Focus Blast or just Superpower? It gets Focus Blast and Superpower. So it could be both. Let me check. Focus Blast against... Yeah, Life Orb fighting move does... Like, both moves do the same damage, because... Watchok has both 69 special defense and Simisage has 98 attack and special attack. So Focus Blast and Superpower both do, if he has Life Orb, 95%. So I can go to Parasect. And then, like, he goes for Superpower. And this is tricky now. I want to KO him with X Scissor, but he, like... If I predict him to go for Him Power Ice, I should just go for X Scissor. But what if he switches? But if I Spore on the stay, that... Oh my god! The predict worked, but it also didn't. And Victory Bill, like, he has 2 grass types. I need Parasect for the Simisage. I gotta go Jolteon for, against Victory Bill. The Victory Bill is like... not good for me. I will just Him Power Ice towards Jolteon. I wanted to keep Manectric just for Intimidate purposes. I can go to Watchok now. I should survive a Power Whip, right? Yeah, barely, just barely. And as long as he doesn't have Sleep Powder and get a 2-turn Sneep, this is fine. And I don't know if he... Okay, he goes for Power Whip. I am fine with that trade, because Victory Bill was just so scary. Do I want to go to Parasect now? Does Lapras survival Leaf Storm? Because then I can also use Lapras to trade with Simisage. And then maybe win with Alomomola because 2 grass types would be dead. Yeah, I survive that. I could also go Manectric with Intimidate, but I will go to Lapras. He goes to Emolga. Another Pokemon that... I'm not complaining. I am complaining. I know. Manectric against Emolga. I could get a Lightning Rod boost, but Hidden Power Ice does not one-hit KO. Is that a problem? That I don't get a one-hit KO. Just keeping the health on Lapras can matter a ton. So I will go to Manectric. We will see a Thunder move, an Electric move. That is Thunderbolt. And I can just click Mega Hidden Power Ice now. Okay, he U-turns. Maybe I could have Volt switched. We will see what he U-turns to. Oh my god, imagine I Volt switched. I kind of want to Hidden Power Ice again. You might also just click Toxic. Does he U-turn to Emolga? I can wish the Manectric later on. Okay, that's good. No burn. Simisage. He could go for him Power Ice, but I still have to go Parasect. Or he goes for Gunk Shot. I will toss Parasect. Go to Lapras. Like, another really bad matchup for me. I can go for Ice Beam. Leaf Storm has a 37% chance to one-hit KO my Lapras. If he doesn't get it, I get the Simisage. He goes to Emolga. Emolga KOs Lapras. I go to Manectric. I can go for Hidden Power Ice. I survive 2 moves. So, if, like, I banked everything on Alomomola, but the sad part is that every single Pokemon beat the Alomomola. That is kinda incredible. Yeah. If he KOs me with Leaf Storm now, I lose. But I don't have another option, I think. Okay, he goes to Emolga. Does he survive that? He does. Okay, so I gotta go Manectric here. Do I want to switch to Alomomola on the U-turn? Yes. Because the problem is if he U-turns and I click Overheat, even if I KO this, he can go to the last Pokemon. I will go Alomomola. Please don't T-Bolt again. If I just overheated, I would overheat always KO'd the Emolga. Oh, that is frustrating. I can wish and get my Manectric back up, or I go for Toxic now because he U-turns. I will go for Toxic. Okay, that worked. But the rules didn't make any sense to me, because if I click... Okay, that worked. It did not work. I lose. I definitely lose. Like, my plan was to poison this, then go for Protect, toss Manectric. I can go back to Alomomola, Protect again. Like, if I click Overheat on the Emolga, Overheat always KOs the Emolga, even after the boost. He would be at 54, and Overheat min damage is 59. So then I can go for Overheat, KO Emolga. He KOs my Manectric with Simisage. I go Lapras. He goes for Leaf Storm. I survive. I KO Simisage, and then Alomomola beats the last Pokemon. Like, I'm still convinced that Alomomola beats the last Pokemon. The problem now is I cannot win if he decides to toss the last Pokemon, then go Emolga, go for Thunderbolt, and then clean the game with Simisage, because I missed the Toxic. I got lucky in game 1, so he deserved to get lucky in game 2, so I'm not too upset about it. Okay, he goes for Superpower instead. Wait, this should not be Thunderbolt range. If the last Pokemon is also good into Alomomola, I'm speechless. Thunderbolt, Girafarik. Do I have to go for a freeze, or can I also win if I go for Toxic? I could also hope that he doesn't have Thunderbolt. Because if he does not have Thunderbolt, I should win if I go for... Let me check. Lapras. He could also have Substitute. I'll go for Toxic. Okay, Nasty Plot. Okay, this time we connect. And now I will go to Alomomola and hope that he is not Thunderbolt. Okay, my play was to hope that he was not Thunderbolt. He was leftovers, okay. My play was to go Alomomola, survive the Hyper Voice or Psychic, then go for Protect. He takes Life Orb damage, Poison damage. Protect, Poison damage. Maybe double Protect, like KO Girafarik in the same turn when my Alomomola dies. And then we have Lapras against Emolga. I can just click Ice Beam, I survive a Thunderbolt, but yeah, this was low-key unplayable. Like, honestly, this was unplayable. Like, okay, I really want to know what I could have done better against this. Like, his Pokemon were not great. He had a Girafarik, Lumineon, Emolga, Victory by Simisage, Ariados. Like, his Pokemon were terrible. But with a level advantage, right? They are in random battles not as terrible. But I also didn't have any great Pokemon. I got Watchog, Parasect, Lapras. It was a battle between PU Pokemon. We've got Lopunny into Pikachu for game 3. I could just go for Return, right? Return one-hit KOs Pikachu. He does not get Fake Out in this generation. Like, Return has a 75% chance to KO Pikachu. We've got Banette, Keldeo, Toxicroak. I have no electric resist whatsoever. Every time Pikachu comes in, I have to sacrifice a Pokemon. He goes to Golurk. Do I play this too safe? Am I playing this too safe? I'll go to Sediments because... Oh, he could go for Ice Punch. Nah, he won't go for Ice Punch. He sets up walks. Oh... If he has Ice Punch... Like, I don't want to switch because of the walks, but I also don't want to stay because of Ice Punch / Stone Edge. Oh... I could go Mega Dragon Dance. I survive Ice Punch, and then I can Roost. He would not be able to KO me. He could go for Dynamic Punch. In this generation, Confusion is really good because you hit yourself more often than nowadays. But should I have Ice Punched turn 1? In hindsight, yes, but it's also like Ice Punch is always a 2 KO on Golurk, but what if he doesn't have a Ghost type and switches to something else? Like, when he would switch to a Rock type probably, and then Ice Punch is also as good as Return. Yeah, I'm not playing... I'm playing this too safe, but running into 3 bad matchups is... Like, I obviously can complain, but it doesn't help me. I have to create a game plan. I do not have Rocks on my Keldeo. My Toxicroak is walled by Golurk. I have only set up on Salamence and Toxicroak. I will still go for Mega Dragon Dance. Okay, he stays. And goes for Ice Punch, okay. I can just go for Roost. Watchog. You should die to +1 Double Edge, right? I would be shocked if that survives. Aerialate. It does not KO. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Like, what should I do here? I could click Roost. But if he isn't life orb, it doesn't get me anywhere. And if he is life orb, I still died to a recoil. I could get a max roll. A max roll KOs. I get the lowest roll possible. Oh my lord. Okay, he was life orb. Yeah. I'm forced to go low, buddy. That is the only Pokemon that is... Like, Delphox is also faster, but I do not want to go Delphox. I don't want to give a Golurk a free switch, so I go for Ice Punch. This is over. This is literally over. We see Bibarel. I gotta go Toxicroak. That is a speed tie. He can set up a Sword Stance and then win with speed tie. He goes for return immediately. I set up a sub. He could just go for a speed tie, but yeah, he goes to Cypher instead. Why do I not get any resists? Like, I have no flying resist, no electric resist. I can go for Gunk Shot on the aerial ace. And miss it. I just lose. Like, this is low-key unplayable. And I'm upset because I was not allowed to play the game. Like, I was allowed because I dodged 2 Sleep Powders. But if he connected with Sleep Powder, I would have lost the game as well. I hate Gen 6 random battles. What can I do now? I kinda need Toxicroak for Bibarel, but there's a Golurk, a Pikachu that outspeeds, a Cypher that outspeeds, so I will go for Gunk Shot. I could switch to Delphox now, then he can go to Bibarel. Do I have to go for Ice Punch and freeze with Bibarel? Bibarel? How do you even pronounce it? I cannot go to Keldeo, like... I could go to Delphox. Does he switch into Bibarel immediately? He has to respect that I could set up a Core Mind, right? Do I get Core Mind? Yes. And then the Pokemon, which name I cannot pronounce. Yeah, Grassnot does not do enough. I will fish for a burn. Maybe he stays because he's scared of Core Mind and doesn't want to give me free setup. But at this point, like, Psyshock doesn't even do that much more into Bibarel. He has leftovers as well. So might as well fish for a burn. Okay, he stays. Good. That is again. I could switch to Bennett, go for Will-O-Wisp. I like that. He could go for Waterfall. He goes for Return. Nice. Now I either go for Knockoff or Will-O-Wisp. I think Knockoff is better anyway. Willow is better in every way. Right? Well, if I get the Knockoff off, he loses leftovers, and maybe I can get this Bibarel in range for Ice Punch Lopunny. Does Golurk die to a combination of Will-O-Wisp and Knockoff? It does. I will go for Will-O-Wisp. Maybe his last is also a physical attacker, but... okay. If he goes to Pikachu, he could go for Volt Switch. That's why I really want to go for Knockoff, because Knockoff one-hit K... Does it one-hit KO? Not quite, but Knockoff into Shadow Sneak would KO. I still go for Volt... Okay, please. Okay. Now, the Bibarel cannot touch my Bennett at all, so I can go for Knockoff. Here's no good Knockoff switching. Okay, suddenly we are back in the game. He goes to Pikachu. Bye-bye Light Ball. I will just go for Shadow Sneak. I know he can do exactly this, but I can go to Kecleon here. I will keep Bennett, because Bennett outspeeds Golurk. I have Shadow Sneak for the Pikachu. So Kecleon here is good. Okay, he goes for Curse. I will knock the leftovers. And then I can spam Drain Punch. Or do I want to Drain Punch immediately? How much does Drain Punch do? If Drain Punch into Drain Punch KOs, I could go for that instead. +2 Drain Punch. Or Drain Punch against +2 does 20, like 30 to 36. So it does not KO. So I should go for knock. It's possible that he goes for another curse. Yep. And now he wants to KO me with a combination of return into quick attack. I can Drain Punch and then switch to Banette. Or I just toss Keldeo. The Banette switch is so obvious. He is always quick attack, but the Banette switch is so obvious. I think having the extra sacrifice is not bad, but I will click Drain Punch. Oh my god! That's fine. It depends on what the last Pokemon is, I feel like. I can go to Lopunny. He probably tosses Pikachu. I get an Ice Punch off, and then, like, Delphox, Banette. Do I want to lock myself into Ice Punch? I could also go Delphox first, then I have to go for Fire Blast. Well, I could go Banette first. Yeah, I could go Banette. But Knockoff does not KO the Golurk. That's fine, though. Because then it's in range for both Lopunny and Delphox. But then both my Pokemon are choice banned. Like, I have to make a decision now. If I... he will always go Golurk now. If I will go to Banette. Since he stayed with Cypher against Delphox, I would say his last is not a Fire Resist. It's a bold call, but I think having two choiced Pokemon, okay, it's Cacturn. We probably lose the game because he also got Sucker Punch. If I connect Will-O-Wisp, does my Delphox survive Sucker Punch? Against Cacturn. No shot. I could go for Gunk Shot, because he will not click Sucker Punch here. No, I always lose if he switches to... Okay, wait. If he switches to Pikachu, I always lose. Do I switch to Lopunny? Go for Ice Punch? No, I will go for Gunk Shot. If he switches to Pikachu, it's a guaranteed loss for me, because I take Life Orb damage, he can go to Golurk, he survives a knockoff, and then he wins with Cacturn after. But I have no other play. Or what is the last move on my Lopunny? I've got High Jump Kick. So if I KO Golurk with Fire Blast, and then I can click High Jump Kick. Yeah, never mind. Do I want to click? I do not trust myself to click Willow. Yeah, Pikachu toss. If I connect High Jump Kick, I think I win. He could go back to Cacturn now and then we play a 50-50. And okay, wait. He goes to Golurk. I can always click Knockoff. I'm faster. When I go Delphox, yeah. Does not KO, as I said. I can... What if he is not No-Guard? I have to click Fire Blast. I have to. Like, I have to. And then Lopunny against Cacturn. Sucker Punch never KOs. High Jump Kick always KOs the Cacturn. Okay. And now, if he goes for Sucker Punch, I have to connect a High Jump Kick. If he could go, if he is the Sword Stance set, he could go for a Fire Blast dodge. Like, Fire Blast dodge is more likely than high jump kick dodge. And low punny is always high jump kick choice band. So if he has sword stance, it's his best play to click sword stance here. Okay. Low punny. Low punny. High jump kick does 100 to 117%. He does not have spiky shield or anything. So it all comes... He can still crit with Sucker Punch. But odds are in my favor. No crit. And we connect the high jump kick. GG's. What a set. Like, I'm sorry for moping around the whole time. But, like, this matchup was unplayable. This matchup was unplayable. And this matchup was unplayable. Here I got lucky. Here, like, it was not completely unplayable. But, like, my Delphox was scary. But he had that by barrel and... okay, this matchup, in hindsight, like, it's not super unplayable. Especially, like, if I get Sediments in a better position, right? If I get damage on Golurk early and a little bit of damage on Warchog, after a Dragon Dance, my Sediments might just win. So, but he also has Sucker Punch Cacturn, so, yeah. Rough games. I'm always moping around right after I wake up. I should stop that. Anyways, GG to Michiellus. I'm happy I won, but I'm mad about the games. Because the funny part is, like, on the Gen 6 ladder, I've never faced, like, such bad matchups. Like, I'm currently... Do you see this? Like, it ain't even close. But anyways, I will see you next time. I'm happy that I won that, but I don't know how. I know how I got lucky, but I think I didn't make any big mistakes. Anyways, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.